Welcome to the new generation of football presented by Jaguar. I'm here with Mike Silver. Mike, we're going to talk about coaching this time. When you first came into the game, there were some established coaches around, the likes of Bill Walsh, Bill Parcells, Mike Ditka, and a young guy like Bill Belichick. Now he's the old guy. He's at the top of the game. Who are the young guys or the new guys who are going to be those type of players for a long time?
Well, Henry, it's interesting. You had your my way or the highway guys, Parcells being a classic example.
Hey, Fred, I'm going to tell you, those linemen are standing around, wandering around, or really don't even know to get on the line of scrimmage.
And then you had your guys like Bill Walsh, in that not just a coach, but a personnel genius, a franchise architect. I think it's becoming more specialized now, and I do think, Henry, there's a new breed of coach. It could be someone a little bit older like Hugh Jackson, who is very much in charge, but really has an ability to connect with players. Or a younger guy like an Adam Gase that we're now seeing in Miami. And Adam Gase is a great case study. He came up under Mike Martz, who was not known as a personable guy.
You do what we ask you to do. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Gase has managed to be very opinionated and animated and have a very strong sense of self, but also players kind of love him. They love the direct communication, and he's had success with quarterbacks ranging from Tim Tebow, which is a great thing to have on your resume, to Peyton Manning, who swears by the guy, one of the best ever to have done it, and most recently to Jay Cutler, who a lot of coaches would have been scared to try to take on. I believe that if you're a guy like Ryan Tannehill trying to make it as a quarterback of the future in this league, that Adam Gase is a godsend. If you're not going to make it with Adam Gase, it's probably not in the cards for you to be a big-time player.
Yeah. The coaches that you talked about there, the types of players or the personalities of the players that they're going to have to connect with now, it's pretty different to the ones, the players who were in the league when you were first covering it. How do you think these guys go about making that connection, having a bond with the players?
Well, I think players want decisiveness and they want the truth. And so if you're comfortable in your own skin, you will give them the truth. And I think that's another key component, be it a Rex Ryan, who's obviously had some success motivationally.
Great job, kid. Yeah, yeah.
Or someone like Todd Bowles, who's maybe a more quiet, less flamboyant guy. If you're yourself, players will sense that. If you are comfortable in your own skin and you're not projecting any sort of false aura, they're going to respect you, I think, a lot more than someone they believe is putting on a show.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, instead of listening to us talk about head coaches, why don't we listen to some NFL head coaches talk about how they think it's going to change?
Sounds good.
I think coaching is going to be a lot harder. You get much better athletes that are really poorly coached. I think the 20-hour rule in college is we're drafting offensive linemen that have never been in a three-point stance. Receivers never been in a huddle. So you're going back to basic coaching.
The coaching won't change, but the way we analyze players, or at least scouting from that area, I think that looks like it's changing.
In the future of the game, I think we're going to see it become more interactive. I've always thought that there would be a way that, coach on the sidelines, if it was part of the makeup of the game, could actually connect with a fan and say, you want to go for it or not.
Please let that happen.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
I'll tell you one thing. Pete Carroll probably would go for it almost always. And if we could clone Pete Carroll and Bruce Arians and bring them back as younger versions and let them be the future, that'd be a great head start, because they're two guys who are unique and not afraid to go against the grain.
That's right. Well, we've heard from Mike Silver. We've heard from some NFL head coaches. Join us for more of the new generation of football presented by Jaguar.